The River and the Flute. Riku stood in the quiet corner of his family's workshop, the scent of fresh cedar filling the air. For 3 months, he had spent every afternoon building a lantern boat for the floating festival. It was his most ambitious project yet, featuring a frame of bent bamboo and delicate silk paper painted with swirling waves. He ran a finger along the smooth wood, imagining it glowing on the dark river. "It is a work of great patience, Riku," his grandmother Yasuko said as she entered the room. She wore a simple apron and held a tray of sliced pears. Riku looked up and smiled. He had followed every instruction she had given him, from the way to shave the bamboo to the exact tension of the silk. Tomorrow, the whole village would gather at the water's edge to send their lanterns downstream. That night, the wind began to whistle through the eaves of the house. By midnight, the whistle had turned into a roar. Riku lay awake, listening to the rain hammer against the roof like 1,000 frantic drumbeats. He looked out his window and saw the trees bending nearly to the ground. The storm was far more powerful than the weather reports had predicted. By morning, the garden was a lake of muddy water. Riku rushed to the veranda, his heart hammering in his chest. The workshop, which sat on lower ground near the creek, was half submerged. "The lantern!" Riku cried, grabbing his raincoat. "I have to get it before the water rises any higher." He reached for the door handle, desperate to save his hard work. "No, Riku," Yasuko said, her voice steady even as the wind rattled the glass. "The current is too fast. It is only a thing of wood and paper. But you are a boy of flesh and bone. We cannot change what the river chooses to take." Riku watched in tears as the workshop door creaked open under the pressure, and a flash of white silk disappeared into the brown, churning water. The storm lasted 2 days. When the sun finally emerged, the world felt scrubbed raw. Riku walked down to where the workshop had been. The building still stood, but it was filled with thick, stinking silt. His lantern boat was gone, likely shredded into 1,000 pieces by the rocks downstream. He sat on a wet log and stared at the empty space, feeling a hollow ache in his chest. Yasuko joined him, carrying 2 ceramic cups of tea. She sat on the log and handed one to him. "Shikata Ga Nai," she said softly. Riku felt a spark of anger. "How can you say that? It means it can't be helped. It sounds like you don't care that all my work is gone. I spent months on that boat, and now there is nothing left." "It is not about not caring," Yasuko replied, looking him in the eye. "To say Shikata Ga Nai is to accept the world as it is, not as we want it to be. If you fight the river in your mind, you will only drown in your anger. But if you accept that the boat is gone, your hands become free to build something new." Riku looked at his hands, which were still trembling with frustration. Riku spent the afternoon walking the riverbank. He realized the storm had changed the landscape, bringing new stones and wood from high in the mountains. Tucked into a cluster of roots, he spotted a thick, sturdy piece of mountain bamboo, polished smooth by the flood. He picked it up. It was strong and resonant. He began to see not a boat, but the shape of a flute hidden within the wood. Back on the porch, Riku and Yasuko worked together. They didn't build a new boat. The festival had passed. Instead, they carved the bamboo into a long flute. When Riku blew into it, a clear, haunting note echoed over the hills. The boat was gone, but the skill he had learned stayed with him. He realized that while he couldn't control the river, he could always choose what to make from what it left behind.